Hey, what's up guys, it's SONICLOPSIDED. Welcome to a brand new video, and this time we're going to talk about Overwatch. Now, I wasn't honestly going to talk about Overwatch until the game released, but they extended the beta another day, so I actually got to capture a few gameplays after all. So I figured I might as well use this time to go ahead and give my opinions and my impressions on the beta and basically how the game is going to be when it releases. So my overall impression, my overall review, I guess, of the beta is very positive. It's really good. They created a game that honestly could be one of the best first-person shooters in my book of all time. It's just really fun, and it's not one of those games that's really focused on levels and all that stuff. So there's no KD really in effect here. You don't think about your KD. There might be a pro circuit of this game. I'm not sure if there's going to be. There might already be. I don't know. But I definitely could see where it would be a thing, and this game can be definitely taken pretty seriously, but it's really fun overall. I guess I'm just going to start with the goods of the game. From what I've seen, I guess I could start with the basics, like the level design. The level design in the game is really good from what I've played in the beta. I don't know when the game releases if there's going to be more stages. I can only imagine. They gave you a pretty good array of stages in the beta though, so it's really nice as far as that goes. So you got a real taste of how the levels are going to work, basically what you're going to be expecting on the different game types and things like that. The levels, there's a lot of interactivity. You can shoot stuff. I know if you shoot a trash can, the bullet goes in and the thing spins around, and stuff like that. You can blow things up as well. Some things like I don't know, shot a fire extinguisher and it flew off the wall, stuff like that. But the levels, they got good verticality. There's not too much, straight on. There is a good deal of flat ground, but there's a lot of surfaces you can jump on and a lot of cover, which is nice for characters that aren't as good at retreating, kind of like the Soldier 73 or the Soldier 76. I'm not sure what he's called. And that kind of brings me to the character balance. There's a lot of characters to choose from in a lot of different classes, so it's really well balanced as far as what you can play as. So you have a choice of more than 10 characters right off the start that you can play with in this game, which gives you a lot of variety, which is really awesome. Now, as far as the balancing goes between the characters, it's really overall good. There are some negatives, which I'll get into here in just a few minutes. There are definitely things that I would change, but overall, all the characters seem like they are kind of OP, but they balance each other out, so they're not too OP to a point, except for a few different characters, which I'll go through here in a little bit. Another thing good about the characters is that they give you a lot of abilities, so there's a lot of variety in the abilities that you can use. No character is going to have the same type of ability. It's going to be, basically do the same thing, but it's going to be a lot more effective on different characters. So the character that I'm using here, called Torbjorn, he is like an engineer, makes sentries and things like that, and is really used for kind of like support, I guess, in a way. It gives you more than healing and things like that, but you're able to put armor down for people. You're able to use the sentry guns. Like I said, you're able to place those as you wish, and he has like a shotgun-esque weapon. So there's a lot of abilities that are available, a lot of different variety in that. So another thing that I would say that this game has strong for it is the amount of game types. You had 3, I believe, in the beta. You had the objective game type, the payload game type, and then I want to say there's one more, but I cannot think of it for the life of me what it is. Now, I did play this beta a good deal, but my memory is definitely not what it used to be. I actually think I got to level 12 in the beta, so I played it a good deal. I want to go on to the negatives of my impressions right now. The biggest thing that I noticed that was getting me very annoyed was the respawn timer. Now, I'm not a fan of a respawn timer, so I've had that problem even back when I started playing Halo. I want an instant respawn. Battlefield is bad for doing that as well. I just want to be able to hit X or hit A, whatever it is, and I spawn right back in. I don't want to have to wait 7 seconds between the time that I die and the time that I spawn. That takes me out of the game. It takes that intensity out of the game because you're sitting there waiting, chomping at the bit to get back in, so you're you're kind of taken out of it a little bit, which is kind of sets me away from the game a little bit. I just wish that respawn timer would get taken out, more or less. You know, I could deal with a 3-second respawn just long enough for me to press the button and go, but 7 seconds, it just seems like an eternity, honestly. And when you're playing an intense game, multiplayer game like this, so if they could take that out, I would be very ecstatic. The next thing that I would take into effect is grabbing onto ledges, which is not able to be done in this game. Now, there's a lot of times where I wanted to jump onto the next ledge, but I couldn't because I don't have the ability to grab onto the ledge unless you're using a character that has the ability to jump a little higher, whereas my character Torbjorn, he can't jump very high at all. So there's some ledges where you have to run all the way around to a staircase to get up there, which is kind of annoying. It's definitely something that I think that they kind of overlooked in this game. I don't know if they really did it because they wanted to make the game a little bit more tedious in that respect. I don't know if that's a thing, but grabbing on the ledge would definitely be something that I would change if I was in charge of this whole thing. Character balancing is needed on a few characters. Definitely there are some OP characters that aren't able to really be counteracted very much, namely Tracer, the DVA character, and Reaper to a point. Anyways, Tracer is just really overpowered. She's able to use that teleporting ability way too frequently, so it's insanely hard to kill a Tracer if the person that's playing the Tracer is really good, almost to a point where it's too overpowered. That's basically the only thing that I can really say in that respect for that character. So I think balancing needs to be done with that character, just making that teleport ability a little bit longer to wait, because like I said, if you're good with Tracer, you can never be killed. You can be in the middle of action and never get touched one single time. The DVA character is a really good character, don't get me wrong. That character is nice. Really got a good set of abilities, a good weapon. But one thing that I would say is wrong with that character is that you can start in a mech with that character. So basically, you start in this mech, the opponent has to kill the mech, but you have the ability to eject from that mech, and when you eject from that mech, you start back out with full health on your character. One thing that I think they should look into changing is definitely something and makes it overpowered, is the fact that you can start in that mech suit, you can be killed, or you can be your health taken all the way down, you eject, and you instantly have full health again because you never got your character, in quotes, attacked. So you have that full health bar again. So it's a little bit unfair because you have to essentially kill the person twice if you want to kill them at all. That's really the only thing I can think of that would need that character to be fixed, because I mean, other than the mech suit, the abilities and the weapon on that character are kind of not good. Reaper is probably the most popular character I've seen used in the beta. They really they have that invincibility ability, which isn't bad, but the weapon, close quarters, you got no chance. It's quick, it's strong. I guess just the level, the strength of the weapon is a little bit too much for me. Maybe that's just me in general. It could not be you. You could think it's pretty balanced as far as that goes. You might have been using Reaper if you played the beta yourself. So other than that, I mean, the character balance is good, other than those few points that I had. Overall, I think the game is going to be pretty good. I can't imagine it changing too much from the beta to the full version, with all the abilities, all the characters, all the game types, and these ultimate abilities where your character gets essentially buffed a little bit. It definitely seems like it's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the FPS world. It's one of those games that's going to catch on, I think, kind of how Team Fortress 2 caught on so heavy, and it's such a popular game, and everybody plays it. And I think this is going to really catch on with people, especially people that want a casual type FPS that's still kind of intense. I think they're going to have really good luck with this game. And the dudes that made it, props to you guys. You've really taken something that's been really hyped heavy and have been able to deliver on a really great game. So that's all I have for this video. I have a couple more videos coming out on Overwatch before it releases. I might release those this week. I might wait on them a little bit. I don't know. I can't really decide decide right now. So guys, I'm going to end this video as always. If you're feeling that subscribe vibe, there's a button for that. If you're liking the video, there's a button for that as well. That helps me out. It pushes me to the top of the search results, which is always great. And also there's that comment section where you guys can sound off with any suggestions, comments, any criticisms that you have. You can leave down there. That's your section to tell me whatever you want, and I will respond to you at my earliest convenience. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Sonic Lopsided, and I will catch you guys in the next video.